Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now, and it's the 12th of May 2021, and I just thought I'd go through a few things that I've been watching today. Thought you might be interested because there are some really good videos here for you to watch, so let's just go through them. The first thing I came across this morning before going to work was this little interview from the Spectator, and Professor Tim Spector, an interview with him and a couple of other people. Lockdown effect definitely overemphasised, so they say, on Spectator TV. So I think there was about 2 or 3 scientists on there saying that lockdowns as a way of combating the virus has been kind of very, very much overstated. It's quite interesting to see that, the Spectator is almost pretty much a mainstream publication, or at least on the edges of the mainstream, and it's interesting that they're starting to come out with reports like this. So that did interest me. Going on to this. So Boris Johnson has confirmed a full public inquiry on COVID-19 will be happening, and it will be a full independent inquiry. Yeah, right. And I've got to doubt that, really. And I don't think he'll be putting his head into the jaws of a crocodile unless he's got a very, very sturdy bit of wood there to prop the croc's jaws open. So how full and independent that inquiry is going to be, I'd have to seriously question that. What's the betting that he'll come out smelling the roses on that one? Lee, I'll leave that one to you to decide. So moving on to the next one. This guy's a very funny guy, Andrew Lawrence. He's doing a parody of a university professor because, of course, the government are talking about bringing in a new law to protect free speech on universities or university campuses. And that's a little bit rich, seeing as they seem to be kind of in favour of anything but freedom of speech, but apparently that's what's happening. But he does a very good impersonation of these kind of very woke people who aren't really my kind of people, to be honest with you. And he does a very good parody of them and how they'll no doubt be reacting to the introduction of this law. So worth a watch for a laugh. After that, I decided to spice my viewing up a little bit by going to this place here, BNT, and I watched this video. I think if you go on there fairly quickly and go into latest videos, you'll see him. So it's this guy here. I probably can't even say his name, to be honest with you, but you know who he is. And it's a half-hour video, and he explains really, really well basically the corruption that's surrounding the pharma industry. So well worth half an hour of your time to watch that. And finally, we come on to our old friends, UK Column News. If you didn't see my other video from Monday, because these videos aren't appearing on YouTube very much at all, but if you go over to www.ukcolumn.org here and go there every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and you'll see pretty much at the top of the homepage the latest episode, which being a Wednesday is this one here, UK Column News, 12th of May 2021, and you've got the Queen there because of course today was, or was it yesterday, they're just reporting on it today, the Queen's speech. And I've got to tell you, this particular episode, UK Column News 12th of May, is an absolute humdinger. You'll really want to watch it. And it's quite a long episode, even for them, 1 hour and 22 minutes. But let's just go through a couple, or some of the most salient sort of sections in this video, or this episode. First of all, they're going on about the Queen's speech itself, which is full of build back better type slogans and ideas and all the rest of it. And of course, what's that part of? I think you know it's all part of the Great Reset, isn't it? So there was the Queen coming out with all kinds of build back better type sort of statements. Coming on to this one, which is about half an hour, just over half an hour into the episode, and it features a lady who is ringing into the blood donor section of the NHS, and she was asking the lady as to what the situation is if you've had the big V, and whether you can give blood. And the lady on the other end of the line said, yes, you can do that, but only after 28 days. And then after a couple more pleasantries, the lady doing the ringing in hung up, and then she sort of said into a microphone, well, that'll be me never having any blood transfusions in the future then. So obviously a very committed person against the big V, and it very much raises that question which you may not have even thought of. If you're not going to have the big V, what happens if you need a blood transfusion, God forbid, and the blood that you're getting comes from a big V'd up type of person? So, well, we know what that lady was doing. Another one here, consensus statement suggests our number is absolutely meaningless. You know, that thing that was said that if it goes much above 1, we've got to go into lockdowns. They're now saying because of the useless tests, it's actually meaningless. So again, another really interesting one or section to watch. And coming up to just under the hour into the episode, they're actually talking about our old friend here, Ivor. It's just a very brief section, and it features the speech that Dr. Tess Lawrie did. They did comment a little bit on it, and if you want to see that speech sort of by Dr. Lawrie, here's the link on the show notes that you can find under the episode on UK Column News, so that's well worth a watch as well. Here's another good one. MHRA staff, that's the adverse reaction reporting body, they're working remotely, so these adverse reactions, of course, if they're reported electronically, they'll be getting through and reported, but of course a lot of them will be reported via the good old-fashioned post, which would just be going into their offices, which I haven't been into for a year, and just going onto the doormat and sitting there. So the adverse reactions, the figures could actually be quite a lot higher than the reports currently suggesting, purely and simply because no one's in the offices there and picking up the post. So that was again a really interesting little section. So yeah, there's just a few of the most juicy snippets or sections out of today's UK Column News episode, but the whole episode is really well worth a watch. So if you've got an hour and a half, highly recommend this particular episode from today, the 12th of May. It is an absolute corker. So I'll leave that with you. That's what I've been watching today. Thought you might find it interesting and thought you might want to watch at least some of this stuff yourself. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.